This is something insane right here. Let me ask you something. What if Bitcoin is not the perfect revolution we think it is? What if it is not freedom at all, but the perfect tool for an entirely new system? And I'm not here to push gold or push another coin or something like that. I want to ask a few questions. These are the questions that people usually avoid and literally don't ask. So Bitcoin was actually released in 2009, right in the heart of the financial crisis and very convenient timing with recession. Mysterious figure came about. Satoshi Nakamoto publishes something and then disappears forever. Nobody knows who he is to this day. That's insane, right? Not the government, not the media, not the blockchain community, and nobody really cares, honestly. Why is this the case? Why does the most revolutionary technology in decades just appear out of nowhere in the middle of the financial crisis with no origin story? That's insane. Bitcoin is often sold as anonymous, but it's really not. It's pseudonymous. Every transaction is stored on a public ledger forever. You don't see a name, but every single wallet is traceable. So law enforcement has already seized billions and billions of Bitcoin by tracing these wallets. And the US government actually holds the largest Bitcoin reserve today. Let me actually see what their exact number is. 207,000 Bitcoin. China is number 2 with 194,000 Bitcoin. Why would they hold onto a currency that threatens their power? Probably because it doesn't. They tell us that Bitcoin is decentralized, but let's actually look at the numbers here. 2020 study from the National Bureau of Economic Research found that 10,000 Bitcoin holders control over 28% of the supply. That's very consolidated. So if you can stack all these stats, somebody else is stacking millions and millions of dollars. You have to basically ask yourself here, is this supposed to free us from some other type of currency, from Wall Street? Why is Wall Street now one of Bitcoin's biggest investors? Okay, let's pull back for a second. Think about how you got into Bitcoin. You use probably Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, some type of centralized exchange. You upload your face, your ID, your address, and this is the decentralized future here. This is probably the most centralized way possible. And they know exactly who you are. It's not some anonymous that they're doing. They know exactly who you are. They know every currency that's being moved. That's surveillance. And they know who you are, how much you spent, and when exactly you bought it. So now we're moving towards central bank digital currencies, and China already has one, and the United States is testing their own. This is programmable. Governments can freeze, reverse, or limit how much you spend. And now if Bitcoin was into that system, it would have the same traceability, same exposure, just in a different wrapper. So all this Bitcoin that's being pushed to you, Bitcoin's at like 120 now, is that freedom? And this is no way a warning or anything. You do what you want, but you should ask questions. Maybe move assets to a centralized area where only you have the protection of the Bitcoin. Don't trust and really understand the tech that goes on behind it. And that allows you to build real freedom rather than build into the hype that this train has led us into. So it might be the future, it might not be the future, it might be an illusion. Don't sleepwalk into it. Stay informed. See you in the next one.